The manager handed me a key and a single sheet of paper. It smelled like lemon and old smoke. "Memorize the rules," he said. "Nightshift is rules. Follow them and you go home." The motel sat off a dark stretch of highway. Its neon buzzed blue into the weeds. The lobby had 2 cracked chairs, a humming vending machine, and a glass desk where I kept watch for the night. The rules were short and strange. Do not answer the phone on the second ring. Do not let anyone in without a reservation. Do not turn off the neon. Do not walk past room 7 after midnight. Do not read the register after 12. Do not accept gifts. Do not play music for guests. The last line had no number. It stared blank at the bottom, like a promise waiting to be filled. The first nights were easy. Truckers came and left. The phone would ring once, and I would let it alone. The neon stuttered and glowed. At 2, the world narrowed into fluorescent light and the smell of coffee. The motel breathed the same small breath every hour. Then, on the 10th night, a woman arrived at 117 with a cardboard box tied in twine. She had clean clothes that looked older than she was. She had no reservation. "Room 7 is closed," I said. The manager's face flashed in my memory when that rule had been given. The woman smiled politely. She set the box on the desk and walked down the hallway. Her fingers brushed the paper with the rules. "They were good rules once," she whispered as if telling an old story. At 2:11 a.m. thin song came from the old radio. The neon flickered. The woman did not return. I told myself the rules were nonsense. I told myself to check the corridor. Room 7 sat at the end of the short hall. The door was slightly warm. The box lay on the bed, wrapped in brown paper. A small ticking came from inside, like something counting very slow. Inside the box were small objects, a child's shoe, a button, a photograph of a house by water. Each one felt like a borrowed memory. On the bottom of the box, in a shaky hand, someone had written, "She remembers my name." My pulse thumped loud in my ears. I ran back to the office and opened the register, even though I knew I shouldn't. My name was written there in blue ink with last night's date. I should have closed the book. I should have driven until the neon was a blue smear behind me. Instead, I read the small note beside my name. "We like having you." The motel seemed to listen then. The vending machine clicked as if shivering. After that, the rules stopped sounding silly. I began to notice shadows that stayed when people left. A guest would sit for hours in the lobby and then leave without a trace in the register. The radio hummed under speech and stopped when anyone listened too hard. The manager came in sometimes with a tired face. One night, I asked him why the rules. He tapped the paper and said, "Names are doors. Phones are doors. Gifts and music and neon, they are doors. Keep them closed." I tried to do that. I let the phone ring past the second chime. I refused a man who wanted a room without a name. Each closed rule felt like a lock. On the morning the sun washed the parking lot pale, the woman from the box waited by the vending machine. Her eyes were the color of old photographs. Her cardboard box was empty. "You should go before the day clerk arrives," she said. Her voice sounded like the river in the photo. I did not go. The manager handed me a stack of keys and looked at me with soft anger. "Do you remember the last rule?" he asked. "Don't tell it your real name," I said, and the words felt thin. The woman laughed soft as crumbs. Then she said my full name the way my mother had said it when I was small and stubborn. Saying it aloud was different from reading it on paper. The motel held that syllable and studied it like a map. I understood then what the manager meant. A name is a place. When you give a thing your name, you give it a way to find you. It can knock and wait. It learns the sound of your door. I felt something patient enough to learn. I left that morning with my key in my pocket. I drove until the neon was a sliver on the road, and the motel was a rectangle of memory behind me. I never took another night job. I kept the rules folded in a drawer at home, and sometimes sat awake between 2 and 3 because certain habits remain, even after you run. The last rule on that paper still had no number. Sometimes I open the drawer and read it in the dark. Sometimes I say the simple rules to myself like a list of tasks. Do not answer the phone on the second ring. Do not let anyone in without a reservation. Do not turn off the neon. Do not walk past room 7 after midnight. Do not read the register after 12. Do not accept gifts. Do not play music for the guests. Then I stare at the blank line beneath, and the words I never fill in. If you ever find yourself alone at a job that hands you a key and a list of rules, do not think they are old superstitions. They are not there to scare you. They are there to keep the doors closed. Some doors, once opened with the sound of your name, will always know where you sleep. Sometimes at night, I still hear a soft patient knock at my door.